I'm going to be sharing the final part of working on my embroidery project. So part one went up on last Tuesday, part two went up this past Friday, and part three is going up here today on Sunday. So I'm really happy with the way that this whole project just came together. I thought it was so pretty. I loved the colors. I thought it looked really, really pretty. And I'm really happy that I chose to use the colors that I wanted to use and not follow the pattern, which that may make some people annoyed. Some people may be like, why didn't you just follow the pattern? Because one, I do that sometimes, but also I like putting my own spin on things. And I think when it comes to embroidery, I think it's fun to just do the color scheme you want, because I'll be honest, there are some colors in the embroidery project, like kits, that are not the prettiest in my opinion. But that's just me. And I also am going to say this again here for like, just this is my own personal opinion. I do not like separating out the individual strands of the floss. I know that you're supposed to do that. My mother informed me when I did that bookshelf project. She's like, you're supposed to separate it out, right? And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah. And she showed me. But I tried to do that, didn't like it. I thought this way was much easier, so that's just the way that I do it. But if you want to separate out, go for it. But yeah, so basically, I'm really happy that I chose to do this the way I did it, because there was a lot of green elements to this design. I'm going to be honest, that got just a tad bit overwhelming very quickly. But I was just like, you love adding like the greenery, because I think that when you're working on a floral design, adding the greenery can either make or break how it looks. And I think if you're going to do florals, you absolutely have to have leaves and stems, because it just makes that look even better. And so yeah, I actually did think about going back and adding like some lighter green veins to the leaves, but I just wanted to leave it as is because I just thought it was pretty the way it was. So as I said in part one and part two of this video, or of this project, I have a few other embroidery projects that are like floral themed, that are like more summertime themed. I am definitely going to be doing a lot more embroidery on my channel again here, like starting again soon. Probably knowing me, probably the next couple of days, because I really want to go ahead and get those projects done before summer ends, so that I can go straight into fall. Because yeah, I just want to challenge myself. And when I say that loosely, so don't get myself overwhelmed. But I want to challenge myself to get the 3 projects done. 2 of the projects look decently easy. One project looks a tad bit more intricate and a tad bit more time consuming. So we might be doing a thing of doing the easiest ones first and then doing that one at the end. I don't know yet. But I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more embroidery on this channel, alongside of my usual journal/book content. I'm hoping to have a book review up on my channel soon, because the last book review I did was not good, because that was a 1-star rating in my opinion, and I was just not happy with that. So the book I'm currently reading, I am actually really enjoying. So I'm hoping that this is going to be either a 4 or 5-star. I've not been having the best luck with books the last couple of months, but hoping that I'll get another 4 or 5-star read. And then hopefully very soon we'll be doing another book review. I enjoy doing book reviews. And I don't read the type of books that most people are reading right now. Like, I do enjoy some fantasy, but a lot of fantasy, unfortunately, has a lot of spicy spice in it, which I am not into reading. No judgment to anyone who does like to read that stuff. Go for it if you want to. I am a very strict no spice reader. I also prefer things like mystery and historical, things like that. Obviously, like no spice, but still. Anyway, so yeah. So like I said, the last book review I did was very disappointing for me, because it was a Disney Twisted Tale book. And I really like those Disney Twisted Tale series. Did not like that book. And that was sad, because I loved that series. Anyway, so I am just, like I said, very happy with the way that this project turned out. It was so pretty. And I'm just happy that I used the colors that I wanted to use, because I just think it turned out just so pretty. I will say, though, that I'm feeling a little bit more confident with embroidery. Like, do I feel like I could teach someone? No. I feel like I could not teach someone, but I do feel, let's just say it this way. I feel confident enough in embroidery that I'm willing to share it on YouTube, because I'm sure everyone will understand this who is on either social media or YouTube. Social media / YouTube can be either an incredibly uplifting, very supportive, kind, encouraging place, or it can be a place that will tear you to shreds. And in my personal opinion, there is no need to do that. I think it is very important to just, you know, encourage each other, be very, very kind, all that type of stuff. But yeah, so this will just show you, like, for anyone out there who is wanting to show like crafting and you're a little nervous to do it because of the way the internet can be, I understand that completely. Even on my nail art YouTube channel, I do have moments when I worry, because I'm gonna be honest, I've definitely received on my nail art YouTube channel some pretty bizarre comments that I've had to just like stare at for a second, because I was like, what are they talking about? But yeah, so just a little bit of advice for anyone out there who is wanting to start YouTube, or is, just shares content in general. Just know that you have the ability to hit delete comment if you need to. There was no shame in doing that, like no shame at all. But yeah, so like I said, it'll tell you how somewhat confident I am in my embroidery skills. Like, I am very much a beginner, but I feel like I am decently good at it enough that I can share it on YouTube and be happy with the way it turned out, because I think it's important just to show when you're a beginner, because not everyone is automatically very good at something. It just takes a lot of practice, and I think it's important to show that. But yeah, like I said, social media / YouTube can be a very uplifting, very kind place. I have definitely received quite a few very kind, encouraging comments, or quite a few of them. I think I said that, on my nail art channel, and even on this account here, this channel here. And I've also received my fair share of comments that made me hit immediate delete. But yeah, so just wanted to go ahead and share that. Also, when I first started doing embroidery on this channel, I was actually sitting in a recliner, and I had a blanket over me, and I was having my tripod hooked up to the table next to me. That worked out great, but if you have the ability, especially if you want to film it and put it on the internet, if you have the ability to set up a tripod, or any way of like setting up your phone, your camera, whatever it is that you're using to film, if you can do it where your backdrop is like a table, that way you can sit down at a table, I would do it that way, because this project was the first project that I did while sitting at a table. I'm gonna be honest, that worked out way, way better. It was far easier because I didn't have to worry about things falling on the floor. It was far easier to do it this way. So if you have the ability to do that, I definitely would recommend it, because like I said, it was far, far easier to do it this way. And that's the other thing about working on crafting, or just like working on like a YouTube channel, is you got to figure out which way works best for you. There's multiple different backgrounds that you can use. I use blankets, like all that type of stuff. But again, I would just, if you're going to do a crafting video like this, I would definitely recommend doing it on a hard surface, so that it's a little bit easier, and like you can put everything down on the table and it's not going to go anywhere. And yeah. The amount of times I poked my thumb in the process of this project is unreal. Like, my thumb for a bit, and still to this day, is a little bit sore. But like I said, knowing me, because of my goal of trying to finish those other projects, knowing me, it's quite possible that one of the next videos you see on this channel is going to be embroidery again. But I do hope that these crafting videos are relaxing to watch, because I personally like to watch crafting on the internet. I love watching cake decorating and cookie decorating, because when I was growing up, I loved watching like those like cake decorating shows. I loved watching things like that. I liked watching Food Network in general, but I just found it really, really interesting. And I think that also kind of sparked my interest in nail art. But I really liked all that. I thought it was just so cool, and I used to get like mesmerized by it. And now I still, to this day, I love watching cake decorating. I love watching cookie decorating. I just like watching crafting because, you know, sometimes when you watch things like that, you're like, how did someone come up with that idea? And that just, it's really, really fun to watch that type of stuff, and it almost like zones you out. Like it just, I don't know why, but it just like, I think art in general kind of like zones people out, but I really enjoy watching crafting. So that's why I was like, let's go ahead and include crafting onto this channel. I do have some, I think they're called, what are they called? Like, I think it's called punch needle. I have, I think, one kit of that or two. I honestly do not know. I forgot how many I have. But that is something that I also have that I'm going to try out soon. I might do that as a video, as I said in part 2 to this, or I might not. I don't know. I feel like that one is going to be a trial and error process. So that might be, I just show a photo of it on like the community post thing section of YouTube. Also wanted to take a quick second here to talk about something else, and I'm only talking about this for anyone who has been wondering this potentially. I am not going to show my face on YouTube. No one has commented about that. I just wanted to talk about it because I feel like when it comes to social media and YouTube, there's a lot of people that expect you to show your face. I don't want to show my face because, one, I'm a very private person, and two, I'm not comfortable having my face on the internet when the internet is literally all over the world. That's just my personal opinion. And I just want to keep myself, my family, everything very private because I'm a very private person, and I'm a very firm believer, and this is absolutely nothing against anyone. I am a person that very strongly feels that not everything needs to be put on the internet. I love using the internet for crafting, for nail art, books, journaling, things like that. That's about it. That's just me. Absolutely no judgment to anyone who chooses to post more than that. No judgment at all. I'm just saying that I am very, very, very strict about what I post on social media and YouTube. And I'm just going to say it that way. So, yeah. Anyway, so this is the final part to this project. I thought it turned out so, so pretty.